Isn't that what they do whenever there's a special news report?
I do believe so.
Special news report.
Yeah, well, you've got a hot topic here to discuss, so we decided we would jump in.
We've got a hot topic that everybody, well, not everybody, but some of the people who have been going live are talking about this stuff. Hey, little Dutchie.
Welcome in, little Dutchie.
Have been just, you know,
Well, this is big news, right?
kind of crapping the bed on it.
Yeah, so this is really welcome in, Tracy in Arizona. So the latest, biggest news is that MGM has been hacked, and watching everything today and being on social media, I told Mike I think maybe we should go in and just give an update real quick of everything that's kind of going on. Look at everybody in.
Wow,
Scott
look at all these
Nightingale,
people.
Josh Ray Slots, Valerie, Scotty H-Town, Ron Gambles. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
So, if you guys don't know, they've gotten hacked. I'm sure everybody knows that. I think more the angle of what we're trying to go with is how they got hacked and what all this is affecting.
Yeah.
Because it's not affecting the slots per se. It is affecting the slots, but not. They didn't hack to where you could get a hand pay every time.
Correct.
But you can get a hand pay every time.
Yes, because they don't have the ticket in, ticket out right now. Everything you do, they have to come and do a cash out and pay you before you leave that machine. The card readers are not working, so you're not going to be getting points. But if you're going to MGM, what you need to know is it is an all cash environment right now.
Yeah.
Checking into your hotel, you need cash. If you're there for a comped room, they're not able to verify that in the system, and you are paying for your room and you're having to pay cash, right? So getting a drink at the bar, you're going to have to pay cash. I mean, it's just, this is a big, big deal. And we just kind of wanted to jump in here because you can go anywhere right now in social media and kind of get an update of what's going on and what are you supposed to do if you're going to MGM. But Mike, recently went through this with his company. I'm not sure that it was the exact same.
It sounds really similar. So I'll tell you how this generally works. And so when we got hacked, it came in through an email. One of our bright employees hit OK to this absurd email that said, you've won $20 million or something stupid. And then it got into our system, but it sat stagnant for months in there before it actually pulled the trigger. Apparently it knew I left to go to Colorado.
It's true.
So we went to Colorado, and overnight it destroyed our entire infrastructure. And there was a ransom. Now, the thing about these ransoms are some of these viruses can be 5 years old and they've been out bouncing around the internet. And even if you pay the ransom, that doesn't mean that anybody's even going to be around. They're not sitting around waiting. So that's maybe something that they've forgotten about, and that bank account's been closed, or that, whatever, because it's all cryptocurrency that you have to use. So who knows if they paid it, if it would have gone away. And so it doesn't even necessarily have to be somebody sitting behind a computer going after MGM. It could have just been an email that's been circulating for months that they set out there, and it finally made its way, and one of the MGM employees opened it, and it got into their network. Very simple.
Yeah, so they were they were saying it was a phone call, able to get into the system through making a phone call. So the interesting pieces to this is we know what they're saying is that they attempted to do this to Caesars 2 weeks ago. Caesars paid the ransom, and so they were not affected. And MGM refused to pay the ransom. And, great examples of by what you're just saying, right? You don't know how old this virus is and who you're paying. Some people don't want to pay the ransom. Did your company pay the ransom? No. You did not either, right?
No. We actually found a company. So with us, the only thing that we really lost was every computer and every server and every piece of information was encrypted. We actually found a company that was able to unencrypt the information. Now, did they work it? We think that they worked a deal with the hackers that, hey, they're not going to pay you, but we'll give you 20 grand or something, because they were asking like $200,000 or something for all of our stuff back. So we don't know if they swung a deal with them, but somehow they were able to unencrypt, and I had to rebuild every computer, all new hard drives. On the servers, the same thing. So that's kind of how that worked out.
So it looks like MGM's has issued a statement, right? And they are saying that MGM Resorts recently identified a cybersecurity issue affecting certain of the company's systems. Promptly after detecting the issue, we began an investigation with assistance from leading external cybersecurity experts. We also notified law enforcement and are taking steps to protect our systems and our data, including shutting down certain systems. Our investigation is ongoing and we are working diligently to resolve the matter. The company will continue to implement measures to secure its business operations and take additional steps as appropriate.
So on that note, the FBI did come to my company, and they looked and they were like, "Oh yeah, we can't do anything about that because they're in Russia. They're not gonna go over, and they have no jurisdiction there, and so if they're in Russia, there's nothing's gonna happen. And these guys are smart; they could just keep coming back in, so." But I'm sure MGM can afford to hire way better people than cybersecurity people. But it's funny that a company like MGM, well, they got the city of Los Angeles got hacked around the same time we did.
Oh,
And
that's right, they did.
I think another town. It just goes to show that it doesn't matter how much security you have, they can get around it. But this is affecting the parking garages. They can't accept any money.
Yep.
And the ticket system's not working because it was
So you can play table games.
Table games are because it's the chips, but you can't gain points. You can't use your card with that.
Yeah, they can't track your play that way either.
So yeah, even any slot machine you use is going to be a hand pay on all of that. Everything in there is cash. And now how far did this just affect the Las Vegas casinos or nationwide?
All MGM properties
Wow.
within the U.S. Ron Gamble says, so the hack just crashed the system and didn't get any money. They just crashed it. That's typically how it works, right? Because they're not willing to pay the price. Now, I guess they could down the road decide they want to pay something, right? And then maybe they release some sort of method to solve it.
The only thing they could have done is if they had everything backed up and then they went and, because I'm sure that they have, so you got to think of how many systems they have to have there. The check-in, the doors, your cards, the programming of the cards working to open the doors, the Tito's. I mean, all of that is all run by a computer, and they're probably in different systems. But the only way that they can do this rapidly is if they have good backups, and then they go and rebuild every computer sitting there, and then
bring it all back online.
Yeah. So what they'll probably have to do is kind of like what we did. We brought like our accounting department up first, and then our sales department up, and then so on and so forth. So they'll probably bring up the games because that's their money maker. They'll probably bring that system up first, then the ticket or the check-in, because right now people are standing in line waiting to check in, right?
Yeah, so I've seen people say they're waiting in line for 4 to 6 hours, and while they're waiting in line, they are serving free alcohol. So they are getting you ready. But can you imagine if you get up there and you have to have a credit card? I mean, another thing, right, to be prepared for when you're traveling is always, carry extra cash, because think about all these people that flew in and now are there and are having to rebook at another hotel like Caesars or something like that in order to have somewhere to stay if they don't have cash to pay for their
Right.
room.
Yeah.
That's
Well, we ran into that with the taxi cab whenever we didn't have any cash on us.
right. That's right. I forgot about that.
I don't like traveling with large sums of cash. I get it when we get there.
Yep.
So,
But yeah, we just wanted to come on here and just kind of explain how these things happen, right? And just everybody, I know I always take an anti-phishing and a cybersecurity test every year. We have to get certified at work so things like this don't happen. But it sounds like they've gotten a little bit smarter because this was a phone call, according to the Alpha Black Cat company that are ransom folks that are claiming that they did this, right?
well, it's very simple because now phone systems aren't landlines. They're not.
Oh, they're all internet based.
They're VoP, voice over.
VOI, right?
VoIP, voice over IP, and so all they had to do is make a phone call, and then once that connection was open, that Nathan got hit with that on his cell phone. He answered the phone, and somehow they hacked his phone while
that's a good
he was
point,
waiting,
yeah.
and they had his
Credit card information or his checking account, right?
no, they had his IMEI, and they cloned his phone, and his phone quit working, and then they started doing upgrades and all kinds of other stuff. So. Apparently Biloxi got hit too. Ron
Yeah.
Gambles is saying.
Yeah, absolutely. So any MGM property, this is how they're operating right now. And if I'm an MGM customer and I'm checking in right now and I have to go stay at Caesars, you better believe that I'm going to be sending you a bill, and hopefully you somehow reimburse me. Like they're talking about this is going to cost them a ton of money. Like this is going to put a big dent into everything that they have. I mean, yes, they're losing money, but there's going to be a lot that has to be done to keep your clientele and your customers happy, especially those that are arriving right now, right? So it's a sad, sad situation, and I just cannot believe we're day 3.
We had 300 computers, and it took us almost a month to get back up and going, to get everything back to where we were able to run as we always had day to day.
Yeah. I'm just surprised it's taken them this long, 3 days, and it's still.
No, but you got to think about something. They built this network up over the last 50 years.
So you think that this could go on for quite some time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't just
because Ron and Sharon are saying, I hope this is fixed by October. And I was just thinking to myself, well, of course it will be.
Well, it should be fixed by October, but
I mean, we're talking 1 month away from Granny
3
Fest.
days, no, they're not. They've lost all. If it's what I think it is, if it's a ransom hack, they've lost everything. So unless depending on how good their backups are. Now, if they do nightly backups and everything is backed up off site, then they're probably okay. They can probably use a backup, but they're still going to have to rebuild their computers. All the hard drives and everything is gone.
How many people you think are going to come back and say, I had this many points, I had this much money prior to the hacking? And
fair point.
How are they going to know? Like
Fair
you
point.
said, of course they back it up, right? But I go to Vegas and we may not see our points and our new comps and our new rewards hit the system for 3 to 5 days later.
Right.
So what if I just left MGM and I still haven't seen what I got, and then they're not able to retrace that?
You know what? That's probably going to be the last thing on their mind is their point system. So.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I'm from a consumer's point.
But my point is, if you let me finish, is that everybody may lose their points. That's going to be the last thing on their mind. They're going to be getting everything up, business as usual, running. We may lose our points if they have no way to back that up or re-implement it. They may be gone.
I'm going to log on right now to MGM and see if it even shows. Has anybody looked at their MGM app to see if their points are there? I haven't even thought of that. Let me look while we're on here.
Bradley, James, Rocket, Ron and Sharon, Gary Smith.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining
Ron
us. Hit
Gambles.
that thumbs up button if you
Yeah,
If you
this was
have a
kind of
moment.
a Valerie's in Little Dutchy. Scott Nightingale, of course, is in because I'm pretty sure he lives in our backyard. And he's like, "Oh, Mike and April are going live." Scotty H Town, Josh Ray Slots.
That would make sense.
Huh.
You can't get to it. You can't even see your app, so that makes sense. I think I've seen people talking about how they can't even get online right now because they can't even
Yep.
answer their phones.
So Donna Kelly says that she couldn't
She
sign
tried.
in.
Yeah, I just tried too. I can't log on. Man, I wish I could remember what our points were. Who would have ever guessed you needed to screenshot that? I mean, I may have one before we went in July, but that's
Well,
the closest thing out there.
It is what it is. I mean, it's not really. That's one of those things that it's
Scott
kind of
says
a
leave him a beer.
it's kind of a luxury deal, anyways. So I mean, it's
Well, I'm sure there's something covered in their terms and conditions when you sign up
oh
for
yeah,
something like
yeah.
this. I'm sure they've got their, I's dotted and their T's crossed for stuff like this that happens and occurs.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have their credit cards and whatnot. So
Yeah.
and we're out using those because of those, but it's still a bonus structure. It's not like that they owe us anything.
Well, I haven't seen anything come across an
You got it.
email as far as the credit cards being hacked. Right? Has anybody seen? I haven't seen anything saying,
Well,
your
rest
credit
assured,
card.
rest assured that they have if you've stayed in an MGM casino, they now have your credit card, they have your home address, they have
They
everything
have
they
all your
need to know.
personal information.
Sure do. Anything that you signed up for, anything on that
Welcome in,
player's
Gambling
card,
Granny.
they have every bit of that information.
That stuff is scary.
So, they could be out. Generally, those guys are looking for big paydays. They don't generally sell off credit card stuff, but they have the ability to sell it to a smaller group that does use credit cards and sells them on the black market or the black dark web or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that was really silly of me to think I could log on right now to see how it was looking there. What
Well-
about the ATMs and the casinos? Same system. Yeah, so anything, you're having to go to the cash cage, right? But here's a thought. If it's all within the systems and you have these safes, do you think that they have extra security guards standing around right now guarding these safes? I would be on high guard right now if my systems were hacked, thinking that somebody I'm thinking Oceans 11 and 12 here, is coming in from under the ground to steal my vault. My movie brain is going here, but I'm wondering, because they're not really talking about that. Like, have they gone to extra measures to protect their safes and their money at all the different casinos? Marge says, I personally wouldn't stay at an MGM property during this. Can't imagine if you were expecting free play, food comps, and that. Sorry, yeah, you won't be able to access it anywhere
Well, yeah.
while
but
you're there.
What if you already had this booked for months?
People who stayed at Excalibur are having charges on their card. These are people that stayed 2 to 4 months ago. Ooh, that could be us.
Yep.
Oh, baby, I need to go back and check.
NBA Smack Talk. Thanks. That's,
I like that. I like that name.
no, that's definitely a good name, but it's definitely good that we need to go check that.
No, they
Assume
haven't
your
hired
card on
enough
file.
cards and
MGM has been compromised, and I would agree with that.
Oh, that's scary.
I would agree with that.
So probably something I need to check into for us. I guess, another great point, be sure we are watching our statements.
Well, yeah.
I used our debit card if we were eating somewhere, right? In that little area between Mandalay and Excalibur, we had the pizza,
Yeah.
right? So those little places like that. Oh, that's interesting, guys.
I think those are probably on a different system. They probably have their own internet and POS systems. And
Yeah, but what if in the gift shop? I use that to buy water, right? At the Delano or Delano.
Those are, I think, as
You
well.
still think they're different?
I think those are independents.
Yes, all is good at the El Cortez. Book your room now. There you go, Gambling Granny. I like that plug. I love it. I love it.
That is
NBA
funny.
Smack Talk is a Vegas local here.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I can only imagine, right? What This is affecting Vegas, and it's everybody is Vegas, Vegas, Vegas. But once again, guys, MGM is not just a Vegas property. What if we had still been planning to go to Springfield?
Oh yeah, we were
That would have
supposed to
been
be on
next
our way.
week. We were supposed to go meet up with NES and Kim and everybody in next week, right? That's an
Yeah.
MGM property. This would be affecting us big time because it's not just happening in Vegas. It is happening everywhere. But all you're hearing about right now, Vegas, 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 right? So guys, don't
Well, that's
be
the
deceived by this because it is definitely affecting all the MGM properties.
right, and but it's it's the biggest, it's the elephant in the room is Vegas. So
Yeah. Just a hot topic. We wanted to jump on. We wanted to talk about it.
well, I saw some people's videos out there that said that they had hacked the actual slot machines. They haven't hacked the slot machines, but the
Yes, Scotty H. Town, they are.
the Tito, your ticket and any of your comp stuff, that's all been compromised. Anything that was internet based is compromised. Now the slot machines themselves are not internet based. Just the Tito system and the your points. So
Very interesting. So that explains how they're able to get a hard key, what where most people are used to getting the room key to get into your room, but the checking in online and getting a virtual key is not an option right now because that's internet based.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not, well, yeah, it's the system that I don't know if I'm sure that they can
I'm moving
open
my other
those.
computer over here.
I'm sure they can open those from downstairs, but the machine that programs the cards is what the problem is going to be. Because unless they're Wi-Fi, they're just all they do is just read the card, the door itself.
So here's a question now that I'm thinking about. When I think of MGM, I think of Bet MGM. So if people made bets while they were in Vegas for futuristic games, or we're in the middle of football season right now. How does this affect? I mean, you obviously have your ticket, right? Your voucher of what you paid in and whatever. But I can't imagine what it's going to look like come tomorrow when football season kicks off. How is the sports betting world and their online Bet MGM? I mean, we can't do it here in Texas, but everybody else can out there, in the states that it is allowed. Then you're not going to be able to do that, right? You're not going to be able to bet, I would assume, because the systems are down.
Has anybody checked that?
I'm looking at it right now. That's
Is it up?
I hadn't got that far. I was just kind of thinking about it out loud here as I was looking through on my laptop.
BetMGM is.
Are they taking bets?
Well, they're up.
But see, I don't know that you'll be able to see it because RIP is in the state of Texas. Has
No, but
anybody tried to do a BetMGM the last 2 days? Or?
No, but the website's up because if you go to La Bellagio,
Uh-huh.
it's down. The website is down.
But BetMGM is up.
Yep. Yeah, it still has like the past games and stuff. You can go look at that kind of stuff, and it shows that it's live.
So let me log into my Vegas app.
Oh, that's fair. I
That's
better not lose all my points.
That puts a scare on all that. Wow, glad I didn't start that habit of betting on my phone. We would be in danger if I could do that here because I love to do sports bets. I can't find my Vegas app for some reason.
I'm going into mine.
I
right
haven't
now.
gone in there and logged in a while.
Mine's coming up.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So there you go. That puts a scare on all things. Wow. Glad I didn't start my phone. So, I know this was unplanned and it's kind of a big deal. We wanted to jump in here, kind of give you an update. I thought from Mike's perspective, when we were sitting outside working on our camper this evening, this is how it's going to go one of two ways. And this is how it happened. I'm not seeing anybody covering that of kind of how these things happen.
Most people haven't been through what I've been through
They
with
haven't
that.
walked. Yeah, they haven't walked in your your shoes and experience that. And so I thought, hey, let's just jump online real quick. Let's kind of
Right.
go over this. I know we have a premiere in a few, at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
So hopefully you guys will come back and watch that and whatever.
Yeah,
but
we're actually physically in Colorado.
yay.
We're
It's
actually
only taken us
doing
this long.
Colorado's hood rat stuff.
So 2 months later, right? No, I guess. Well, yeah.
Pretty
we actually
close,
went
yeah.
in July. I'm going to put my laptop back here real quick.
Okay, they were worried about that.
Just making sure there's nothing else I wanted to cover. Is there anything else you wanted to go over, babe?
No, just I mean, while we got you all here, we are gonna have gambling granny on Sunday,
Yes.
and so
And dice. Don't forget dice.
that,
I
that's
got your back, dice.
it's kind of like
One is the same.
it's kind of like the Waltons TV show. It was that covered all of them. Gambling granny is dice and granny.
Yep. GG.
So
Yeah, so they'll be on our show Sunday night. Check them out Friday night and then come over and see us on Sunday. We do have our premiere going on. When are you doing your hot wings? Scott wants to know.
probably, let's see. There was some conflicts that we had. It's probably going to be in a couple weeks. I still have to order the stuff, and then figure out a day that Gracie can come and.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So the format we're going to do that is Gracie and I will be here at my desk, and April will be kind of the announcer person, and we'll kind of just do the show, and we'll try the different wings and the 1 through 10, and so
I think it'll be fun.
yeah,
Absolutely, Ron and Sharon.
yeah, it should be a good time.
So we'll
Jamel thinks we're going to die. Then again, Jamel thought we were going to fall off the cliff when we were doing the.
Have we sworn off the Manhattans yet? No, we have not, Gary. Not at all.
No.
That was such a fun night, and those drinks were magnificent. They're actually, it's probably my second favorite drink now, be just below my chocolate martini. I love
Really?
it. Yeah.
More so than oh my goodness. What's the one with the orange peel in it? That you had the other night at the cigar bar.
Oh, the old fashioned.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Mike's not-
maybe number 3. The one with Sean S. that
Yeah.
we had. Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can never think of that. We've
I
had
want
so
the
many
video
drinks.
The next day, bathroom trips.
Do what?
Scott Nightingale wants you to film the next day. He wants follow-up videos of the bathroom trips.
You know what? My daughter and I did the 1 chip challenge.
Oh yeah.
And it really, I mean, for the first couple hours, I kind of wanted to die, and not because of the bathroom runs. It was just that thing sitting in your stomach was horrible. And then the next day, I think it was just pretty status quo, except for, a little.
I can't believe we're discussing
Extra
this.
discomfort.
It's like Sunday's episode all over again.
But yeah, people are going to be turning in to see this hacked event, and then they're going to be like, "What are these people talking about?"
Yeah.
But anyways, apparently April's uncomfortable because when she does that means she's uncomfortable. So I'm going to continue to talk about this. But Gracie also did the 1 chip challenge, and I videoed her doing it, and she didn't drink anything for an hour and a half. She chewed it up, and that was it. And then 3 days later, she almost had to go to the emergency room because her intestines felt like they were going to explode. So we will not be doing that anymore, the 1 chip challenge. But I think both of us are going to do just fine on this.
Look at Ron and Sharon. Drinks with Mike in Vegas.
Yes.
Look at that. That's funny.
Somebody else gets to make the drinks for once. I'm down with that.
We could go see Mo.
Mo does make a good drink.
Mo makes a good drink. And he let me sample all that free vodka he got that day. Remember? He let me in my show. I was like, "Oh, this is a
You
new
know what?
flavor."
We haven't gotten any of that yet. It was the Smirnoff. It was the Smirnoff Wasn't it Smirnoff?
You know what? We'd have to go back and watch the video.
I don't remember now.
I don't think it was Smirnoff.
No, it was not Smirnoff.
It was a flavored vodka, and there was cherry and strawberry, and he was playing around, mixing drinks, and trying to come up with new things to put on the menu.
Was that?
And I got to taste test. I don't know. We'll have to go back and look at our video.
They took the one chip challenge off the market. They did not take the one chip challenge off the market. They put a warning label on it.
That's right, it did.
I got a notification the other day on Amazon, and Gracie and I went and looked at it, and they were still there.
Nice.
You could still buy them from Taki.
I will not be participating in any of that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that stuff.
The jalapeno martini or the jalapeno margarita you made was enough for me. That was pretty stout. Pretty stout there. But all right, well, you want to give them some time here before we. I hope you guys come back at 8:00. It's going to be a really fun episode.
This one's okay, I think. I liked it. I think the next one's going to be better, but
Unprofessional.
So every episode every day when we got done, I was worried that we were going to have to combine multiple days. Well, this one was so long. Whenever I finished editing it, it was, I think, an hour and 10 minutes. So I had to split it into 2 different days. So this is part 1. And then part 2 will be next Wednesday. 8. What time is it there?
Scots.
It is 7:29 here, Tracy.
Yeah. Yep. So just 31 minutes or so, we'll be going and having our premiere. I'm really excited. I love going back and watching these, and I think it's
funny because there's so much stuff I'd already forgotten that we had done on this. Some of the bigger events I remembered, but yeah,
it's gonna be fun. All right, guys.
But yeah, we just wanted to jump in and give you guys an idea of what was going on and
the other perspective that the news is not covering of how it's going on. The other thing is, guys, just very quickly, the Kilauea in Hawaii is erupting. It's on day 3 as well. It's an active volcano. I've been watching that. I've actually visited that in 2009. So it's kind of cool to go online and watch it. I keep telling Mike, when we're done tonight, he should just do a live feed of the volcano so people can just pop in and kind of see what's going on.
I may.
It's part of history, right? I mean, and there's nothing around it. There's no threat to Hawaii. This is actually on the Big Island, so on Kona Island.
Don't you mean it will be part of history?
It is, yeah, it is part of history. I'm sorry. So it's really kind of neat to see as the sun begins to set there. They're 5 hours ahead of us. It is absolutely amazing and beautiful to see at night, the lava flowing and everything. So maybe he can put that up later on tonight and just let it run, and people can pop in and out. But something cool to see. You got some grandchildren, smaller kids. You can kind of show them what it's all about. It's a neat thing, and for me, just because I've been there, I found it very interesting today, and I've been kind of watching it on and off. So part of history is taking place.
Hang on a second. Pop just popped in and plugged his own live stream.
Yay, good job, Pop.
Can I do that on my live streams? I'm gonna go pop in on his and say, hey, we're streaming too. I'm kidding.
I'm streaming the AEW wrestling tonight, so can't hear you. Just came in to say hello and a thumbs up. Awesome, Pop. We've been watching you on and off as well. Hi, Kissy Cat. Welcome in. We were just about to log off. I loved your peach cobbler video.
What?
You guys, yes.
You didn't tell me about that.
Oh yeah, she posted a video on how to make peach cobbler, and it's something right up my alley. It's a 4-ingredient kind of thing.
Oh, I'm down for that.
And I am so ready for fall now because.
Why didn't you make that?
It's not fall yet. I'm going to be making it in.
Can't you
fall.
practice? Well,
Yes,
Kissy Cat made it, and it's not fall.
I need to start, that's for sure. All right, guys. So we're going to head out. We will see you at 8:00 in our premiere.
Central Standard Time.
If you've not checked out Kissy Cat, guys, go check her out. She's got some great crafts, great recipes, and I am so ready for the fall because I can get back in the kitchen and start cooking, and it won't be too hot. So, all right, guys, everybody take care. We will see you in a few minutes, and thank you for popping in.
Yep.
You never know what you're going to get. So everybody have fun and take care. We'll
Thanks,
see you
guys.
later.
Bye.
Bye.